Hey, what's going on? Rudy, it's Sunday.
It is Sunday. And today's date is September 20th, 2020. 2020. Septiembre 2020.
It sounds just like a bachata song, what you're doing right now.
Septiembre 2020. Septiembre 2020. And it's roughly 9:01 in LA, 12:01 in Miami, where you are. Usually around this time, man, got my smoke detector going off and shit. Try to get back because it's not the fire department to come. Usually around this time on Sundays, we usually go live on Facebook. And when we go live on Facebook, we do some type of activity that requires you to, like, you know, teach me Spanish, all because I used to make fun of your, you know.
¿Cómo se llama day?
Como se llama, motherfuckers? West Coast style.
I'm Jay Jimenez, el profesor with like
El profesor.
Grip reject. All that blue that you got in your fucking body right now.
And
right?
you use duct tape to make those albums on your wall. Those not even real albums.
Hey man, they're holding up pretty good. They're giving me a nice little decor plate. This doesn't look like the cave that I came in.
That whole background, your whole background is not even real. That's a background on Zoom. That's gonna disappear behind the TV behind you. Come back in the sky.
You can really see the rope hanging.
That's a good green screen.
You actually feel like learning Spanish? Awesome, because I feel like teaching it. God damn.
You just spit? What happened?
The word we got both. We got both. But
I just want to shout out the fact that my hair done grew. You feel me? And it's still growing.
It is growing.
You know what I'm saying?
I am so proud of you, Rudy, as if that was a fucking accomplishment. I'm just, here we go.
Okay. Stop drinking.
The word of the day is Rio.
Like the city in Brazil?
Actually, like the city in Brazil.
I got a homeboy named Rio, but he black though. Cause I think his real name is like Mario. Hey, niggas, we'll make some shit up now. Cause if you hear that Rio, you're like, oh, he's Spanish, the Brazilian? No, he black.
Yeah. Cause
low key Mario is more of a Latin name. You know, Mario, you know, or Italian or something. But
Italian name.
But niggas have definitely gravitated to Mario. I know a lot of black Marios. That nigga live in the projects, low key. But Rio, okay, Rio, as you said, Rio is the word just one set? So it's the same thing. Okay, because Rio, you know, is definitely a place. Anytime people ask me like where I want to go on like vacation. And I don't even know if I would call it a vacation. Like I would go there and post up for like a solid month. I fell in love with Brazilian women when I seen Ludacris video back in the probably late 90s, early 2000s, pimping all over the world. And then the second time is when I seen the Incredible Hulk, the good one, not the bad one, the one I guess maybe Marvel made. And it was and he was in Brazil. Like he had to like duck down through like the houses or whatever. So ever since then, like, you know, I just like dark-skinned Brazilian chicks, you know, which people kind of low-key think I'd be like, you know, I'm a dark-skinned Hispanic. People always think I'm like Dominican or some shit for whatever reason. Hey
Matt, every time you get out of here, of Como Se Llama, you are a little closer to it.
I'm a little closer. I'm gonna honestly say I don't 100% know it because honestly, like I just thought it was just the name of the city. But now that I know it has a meaning, and if I think about this city is definitely, you know, so they got the beach, they got the Jesus cross, you know, sitting up there with his hands. Yeah, you know, right. They got it's the big city. So like I'm gonna think Rio has something to do with beauty of some sort, something to do with like good looks, pleasing to the eye. I'm trying to sound smart to figure this answer out, but it's not working.
It's okay, Rudy. You were wrong all along, but it's fine, all right? Rio, literally, it means river. I am not sure about the geography of Rio in Brazil.
Right.
That's what it means.
Rio means river.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I can dig that. You just got me closer, even closer to becoming a Hispanic.
There we go. You're fucking dark skin Hispanic, bro. Afro-Latino, bro.
Afro-Latino. I can play baseball soon. Very good, man. Play hard for my team. Como se llama? Very proud.
All right, so every week I bring a saying that my forefathers used to pass down wisdom.
Should I brace myself?
What?
Should I brace myself?
You always appear incredibly disappointed at my choice of phrase. So yeah, go ahead and brace yourself, right?
Incredibly disappointed is a very accurate description of what I feel at the end of every Como Se Llama. Because you'll give me a nice piece of word.
Every conversation that you've had with me is incredibly disappointing somehow. Even if it actually benefits you, you're like, oh, this sucks.
That's true.
All right. Two-parter, all right?
Two-parter.
Si el río suena, es porque agua trae.
So I heard agua, so that water's definitely in there. What was after agua? Agua what?
Trae.
Dry?
Trae, yeah.
Si en agua, Rio, what was it?
Si el río suena.
Si a Rio? Or is si a?
Si.
Yes?
Or if. Si
Wait, so you trying to tell me S-I with the little accent can also mean if?
Not with the little accent, just S-I.
But either way, it can mean can mean if. It can mean yes or if.
Yeah. So si el río suena.
If the river.
Yeah. Si el río suena.
Suena. Okay, keep going.
Is porque
what?
Agua trae.
Why you took a sip of your?
Cause I'm thirsty.
This nigga said like he just dropped like tea on me. Like I got the tea, bitch. So if the river, what was that the river? Or was that the Rio? Suena. And then what's the second half of the sentence? Is
porque agua trae.
If the river something is how. Okay. Here we go. Talk me through it. Give me the first half part of the sentence.
Si el río suena.
Si en río suena.
Yes.
If the river stinks. Keep going.
Es porque agua trae.
I got it. Because now the agua part makes sense. Rio and river, because I figured I could see. Where I always go wrong is I always try to do a sentence that actually makes sense, right? But none of yours actually ever makes sense. If a squirrel eats deodorant, then he likes smoothies. Like it's always something just very random. So, and then you'll say like that's an old quote that actually means something important, which it really does. Okay, so this is what it is. So Rio is actually it is river. But in this context, river is not talking necessarily about the actual like the Mississippi. It's talking about a vagina. Because Suena, if the river, if the river, and then what? Before I get to Suena, what's the second half of the sentence?
Es porque agua trae.
Es porque agua trae. So in this context, does porque mean what or does it mean how?
It means because.
It means because. God damn. Why do y'all have so... library, help. In Espanol, things are reversed. And see, where I was getting caught up was I keep thinking about water dry. Let's go back to the beginning. If the river vagina, if there is no why, if this vagina, but the second half is because dry water. If the Rio ain't wet vagina, it's because, oh, I missed it this whole time. Suena is swine.
God
like
damn,
like pork.
Now it's all coming together. It's like everything is just.
If the vagina or the river is swine, it's because dry water. Dry like a pig's. When they ask, is a pig's pussy pork, they're referring to this, and that is in reference to that's new slang for a dry vagina.
So my hat's off to you, Rudy. I gotta say. But, you know, like always, so close and yet so far, okay? Si el río suena, es porque agua trae. What that means is if the river makes a sound, it's because it's bringing water.
Oh,
now,
that is so clever. If the river makes a sound, oh my God. Now I like.
There is an English saying that is exactly the same thing. It's just a little shorter. Where there's smoke, there's fire.
I don't get how that is equivalent
That's
to
the same thing.
So say it in English. What's the whole quote in English?
El río suena. If the river brings sound, it's because it's bringing water. That's what it is. All right.
That doesn't sound anywhere near as warning as if where there's smoke, there's fire. Smoke and fire makes me think like, okay, don't go over there because you're gonna get burned the fuck up. Hearing river sounds make me want to fall asleep. Like that sounds like some relaxing shit.
Maybe now it's not a bad thing because of technology and the infrastructure that we have. But let's say for someone that lives close to a riverbank, you know, like, you know, the people in New Orleans, and they start hearing the river rising and it's raining.
You don't hear the river rising. You don't hear the river rising. That was a dumb analogy. You don't hear it.
Sorry, you do. I don't know.
Hey, listen.
I don't know. I gotta use sign language to explain.
Don't try to come on Coma y'all and get deep after 16 consecutive weeks of some bullshit. All right. I like what I said better. The river, you can hear it because it's wet. Okay.
And if you can't hear it, it's because it's not wet. It's because it's dry as shit.
Right, and that's when it's gonna be smoke and fire. Talk me through it in Spanish one time, just so I can have said the complete sentence. So, si el río suena es porque agua dry. Got you.
Beautiful.
Fuck out of here.
Beautiful. My hat's off to you, my friend.
Hey man, well, you know, talk to the people, man. Whoever watched this, we had anybody in the comments? You ain't checking comments and shit today? What you doing?
No, yeah. So today, everybody's just, you know, at brunch. We got a couple people watching. Comment, all right? Drop a like or something. Like you fucking. Come on, let's do it, all right? Just one like, one comment. What the fuck I said to you?
Check that version out as well on No Life Boys Productions YouTube page, NOLIFEBOYZZZ Productions. RudyComedy.com, man. You can find all my Instagram, YouTube stuff there. My personal YouTube stuff, Rudy Wilson. Willy-nilly if you're nasty on Instagram. WILLNILL. If you nasty, but only if you're nasty.
But only if you're nasty. If you're
only
nasty,
if you're nasty.
Get the fuck out of Dutch. I am Jay Jimenez, el profesor. Live on Tinder. We're gonna be like right here. Absolutely. I'm Jay, and we're out.